This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to another one of those countdowns that I just popped in my head and I decided to put together for the heck of it. Today's theme is a company that I really enjoy, and it's the top 10 games that Rob likes from GMT. And I decided, they have so many games. They have that P500 and they have hundreds and hundreds of games that it was actually really hard to pick out 10 to put in my top 10, because every time I tried to put one at 11 to 20, because I could have easily done a top 20 without even blinking. But the thing is that every time I got to 20, I felt I could have gone to 30, and from 30 I could have gone to 40. But with that said, we were able, and squeezing my brain, I was able to come out with a top 10. So why don't we get started and see what my top 10 games from GMT are. And number 10 is kind of a shocker to people, because I think a lot of people would have thought this a lot higher, and that's Churchill. Churchill is a great game, a great political game, where you're trying to balance a lot of different things. But the problem that I have with it, and the reason it's down to 10, as great of a game as it is, it requires 3 players. And sometimes getting that odd player is not as easy as it seems. So, where a lot of games you could play solo and stuff like that, this game is a 3-player game, and it just, for me, getting that 3rd player is really, really, really hard. And number 9 is a game that people probably it's considered one of the greatest of all time on BGG, but for me it only makes it to number 9, and that's Twilight Struggle. I like the whole Cold War theme. I love the way the cards play out and all that, but boy, do I just want a thermonuclear war, whoever I'm playing against. Right off, I just want to start pushing buttons and the hell with the Cold War. Let's take out Cuba. Let's take out, if I'm on the other side, let's destroy England, Turkey. When you play and you've got a big box of dynamite, sometimes you just want the dynamite to go off. I love the game, but for me, I'm a guy that likes to go head on and take somebody on, and blow things up. And in this game, it's more a political struggle. It's a great game to make it to 9, okay? But it's 9 for a reason, because everything else above it is pretty much destruction incarnated. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is probably one of the greatest games that has ever been made, and a 2-player game that people always enjoy and will always be rated high, because number 1, you're taking a war game error and you're making it into a board game that everybody can enjoy. You don't have to be a war game aficionado to enjoy Twilight Struggle as much as you just have to be a board gamer and think and really strategize. And that's the beauty of this game. And at number 9, Twilight Struggle. And number 8. Number 8 is a system that I had been playing recently, and I've really enjoyed a lot, and that's Combat Commander. The reason I think this isn't higher, it's really hard to get a lot of the expansions. I've got some of them. I really enjoy this. It's a very card-driven game, very good, very solid, covers a lot of great errors and stuff like that. I really enjoy the series. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's something that you really have to check out for yourself. It looks complicated. It's not. It's enjoyable. And if you're playing with somebody else, you're really going to find that this is a game that really sucks you in, and you really have a great feel for it. I just love the system. I think it's brilliant. Combat Commander at number 8. Number 7. Number 7 is one of the coin series, and I did a walkthrough. This is the reason it's at 7, and I think I would have this even higher. I think because, in a nutshell, the learning curve on this is immense, but a distant plane of the coin series. I enjoyed this so much. I loved. You really learn a lot playing this, and all the struggles politically and alliances and how fragile things are in Afghanistan. This is a really, really great coin series game. The latest one, Colonial Twilight, I haven't had a chance to play, so I don't know if that would have made it up in or would have beated a Distant Plane. But right now, Distant Plane just really sits head and above as far as the coin series is concerned. I really enjoy it. It's hard to get a hold of. It's sold out every time it becomes available. If you have a chance to get it, try it out. Play the setup scenario that they have. You can watch it. Justin and I did it. We really did it. We took it all the way to the end. They had you set everything up a certain way. Easy to understand, but very complicated and impossible to master. That is a Distance Plane. At number 6, MBT. Yes, these both go in order, 5 and 6 actually, in a way. MBT is a great game. It's an older game. It's been redone. I just love the system. I love the cards and how they just spell everything out for you. This is, I mean, everything you need is on those cards. And when you look at those tanks and you go, oh, and the art's tremendous. And then you're moving things and you've got everything in front of you. It just plays out so well. It's masterfully done. MBT, it's just a great war game, a modern warfare game, and I love it. The number 5 kind of goes hand in hand because it's Panzer, which uses basically the same system. And again, how masterful, and all the expansions, how they go together so well. This is just a tremendous game and done so well, so well. The components are beautiful. When you buy this game, you feel like you bought something because you really, really, and I'm trying to see if I have it up there. No, I don't. But just very well put together. I mean, what more can you say? GMT gives you quality. And I can't say enough about the quality and the professionalism that they do. And it really speaks volumes about how, the games that they have, because they really put together, and they're very smart business model. They make great games. They're very well thought out. I just love their stuff. And number 4 was a game that was in my top 50, and that is Space Empires. I love Space Empires. It is probably one of my favorite 4X games because you can play with somebody. When you take out that pad and it looks like you have to do a ton of math, and you're sitting there going, oh my God, this is going to be so complicated, that after you do it the first time, you go, wow, that was so easy. And you can figure out your economics and what you need to grow and how you want to build things, and just keeping track turn by turn on how your resources are and how you're going to go forward in developing things. This is a masterful game. And then, the whole hidden area where you're turning over chits, and, it could be a black hole which destroys your scout ship. Now, you have to see if you have enough money to afford to build another scout ship, and which can leave you crippled and keep you from expanding and getting more resources. Meanwhile, on the other side, the other guy is discovering planets and getting resources, and you're like, it's just the littlest thing can set you back, and that's the unknowns of space. Space Empires at number 4. Number 3, this one's kind of heart-wrenching for me, and that's A World at War. I love this game. This is epic, huge, monstrous, bigger than life, all-out war. Just the entire planet just at it. And World War II setting, just a tremendous, huge learning curve. I wish I had my copy still, but somebody not recently, I'd say about 6 months ago, was saying that they were down on their luck and it was one of their favorite games, and I happen to have my copy, and I sent it to them because it's out of print, and I said, well, someday I'll replace it, because it's hard to get somebody to play that game because it's such a high strategic level. But I regret it, but at the same time, I feel great that I was able to help somebody out. But A World at War, if it comes in print, get your hands on it because it's going to sell out instantly. Number 2, all time, one of my favorite games, and I don't think I put this on my top 50, and I probably maybe should have squeezed it in there. I think the reason I haven't is because I haven't played it enough, because I keep on waiting for the expansions that they keep on promising. But then again, I waited 4 years for it to come out, and would go to the Dice Tower Con and see them there, and they would go, do you want to try this game? I go, when's it coming out? Not till November. I go, nope, don't want to even look at it until it comes out in November. I'm just going to buy it. Well, go back the next year. You want to try this game out? Nope. When's it coming out? Well, this year it'll come out. And then following year it didn't come out. And then finally it just came out, and I ran down and I bought it. I played it. I absolutely loved it. It is spaceships on a combat level, and you are in control of it. And then there's only one game that has it, and that's Talon. And guys, if you ever watch this, which I know GMT will never watch this, I want the expansions. Where are they? Hurry. Dear God, I want to get them in my hands because I just can't wait. But Talon is such a masterfully played game. The boards are beautiful. The ships are beautiful. The whole way that you can ride on the ships. I'm waiting for the new ships to come out because they're supposed to have a laminate that's a little better. So what I do is I photocopy the ships and I just mark things off on the ships that way. You can do it that way too. But the ships are gorgeous. They're made where you can check things off on the chit itself and then just wipe it off. Fantastic, smart, well played, great scenarios. Everything that you can want in a space combat game without miniatures, Talon provides. And I really suggest, if you have a chance to get your hands on it, get your hands on it. So let's go over our top 10 real quick. At number 10, Churchill. Number 9, Twilight Struggle. Number 8, Combat Commander. Number 7, A Distance Planes. Number 6, MBT. Number 5, Panzer. Both same game but different eras. 4, Space Empires. Greatest 4X game ever made. 3, A World at War. Ultimate combat, baby. 2, Talon. Space combat. I told you, big sucker for space combat. Number 1. What could number 1 be? Well, I can tell you this much. It is the Command and Color series. And I'm talking the whole series. I'm talking Ancients and Napoleonic. Richard Borg, genius, great mind. Let me tell you something. What they've been able to do with Command and Colors, with all the expansions from the Ancients to the Napoleonic era, which I have all of everything. Even the grand epic that you're able to do with it and make it up to 4 players. This is a game that Justin and I have played live for you guys a few times, and I have to say this is a masterful, easy game. It's a great way to teach history to maybe your children if you want to play with a daughter or something, so they understand things. Historical battles, reenact, masterfully done. The biggest problem and the biggest negative with this game is sitting there for hours putting stickers on. And God help you if you get the wrong sticker on. Stickers on blocks is mind-numbing. But when you finally get it done and you're able to get that game going, yes, it's like Memoir, yes, it's like all the other games that he made, but it never gets old because of how masterful it's done, how great it plays out, how you really have to think, and you look at the game and you go, wow, this is pretty simplistic. it's simplistic but strategic, and it has a beauty to it, and it sucks you in, and it makes you feel. You really start to get into character. The theme is there. It's very thick with theme. Whether Napoleonics or the ancients, the Greeks, the Romans, the Carthaginians, you never get tired because there's just so much to do and so much to play, and the different types of things from the grand version of it to everything, just masterful. One of my favorite games of all time, and definitely in my top 100, Command and Colors. Well, there you have it. Top 10 GMT games of all time by Rob, in his mind at least. Do you agree with this? Maybe you don't disagree. Well, that's what the comments below are for. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about something like this. And, as always, don't be afraid to email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. I'm really enjoying doing these things. I hope you guys are enjoying these as well. And just look for plenty of stuff coming up on this channel. We will keep on going and keep going forward. We have a lot of great things coming, guys. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob, and I will see you soon.